Do you want a surefire way to improve your mood day to day, improve your sexual function, reduce your blood pressure, deal with stress a little bit easier, lose a little bit of weight? Do you want to prevent chronic disease from occurring? Do you want to improve your immune function from day to day, especially when we're dealing with more people in the office and around the streets, people coughing and spluttering all the time? Do you want to be fitter? Do you want to be stronger? Do you want to recover better? Do you want to be more capable to do the activities you love, whether it's being in the gym or just spending time with your family? Do you want to live longer? I'm going to give you a surefire way to do that, and I'm going to make these steps super easy. All right. Don't lose me here. You're going to hate me when I say it, but calorie restriction is the key to a longer life and living a better life. But I'm going to give you a very simple way to do that. All right. And this is going to play off into several different areas, and it's also going to translate into other areas of your life. Okay, so it's not just about calorie control and calorie restriction and its effect on the body, but it's also being able to carry these principles across into other areas so you can apply them, and breaking down big goals like living a longer life, like getting fit, getting strong, whatever it is you want to do, breaking that down into smaller goals. Okay, so the simplest way that I've found to control calories, because of course we've all heard of it, right? We've all heard of controlling calories and eating less and moving more and all this sort of stuff, but how do we actually do that? I know you're busy, I am too, but I've got a surefire way that you can actually do it and incorporate this into your life, and it's the way that I give it to all my clients. Okay, so what it means is, obviously we're restricting the amount that we eat, not being too restrictive, not eliminating foods, but just controlling it, all right? Being moderate. What does that actually mean? How does that look in practice? Well, by doing this, not only are you going to control your calories, you're going to reduce the amount you take in, you're still going to enjoy the foods that you absolutely love, and you're also going to be practicing discipline. Okay, so by doing this simple task, practicing discipline on an everyday basis, you're going to improve your brain's capacity to incorporate discipline into other areas. All right, so if you can start to make small promises to yourself and practice control, that translates across into other areas of your life. All right, so for example, the practice of meditation. I'm not going to get you to meditate, but the practice of meditation itself, because quite often people will ask, should I meditate in the morning or in the evening? Should I meditate for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day? And the truth is, it doesn't really matter, because if you're waking up in the morning and you do 5 minutes of practicing stillness or practicing meditation, whatever it is, and then you do 5 minutes at night, or you do 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, but the rest of your day is spent in chaos, well then it doesn't really matter, does it? Because that practice doesn't translate into other areas. All right, it's not about the meditation itself, it's about setting yourself up with concentration. So if the rest of your day, the other 23 hours and 50 minutes or 40 minutes is spent in absolute chaos, well then the meditation doesn't do a thing. However, if you are meditating and the rest of your day is spent in concentration, focusing on one thing at a time, well, you're practicing this from a day-to-day basis, you're practicing this at every hour and at every opportunity, well, obviously the more you practice, the better you're going to get at this skill. Now think of everything like a skill, including discipline. All right, so the way to learn it, and the trick I give to all my clients, is I want you to set up your plate exactly the same way you already do, but then whatever your energy source is, so you've got your protein, and that might be the size of a fist, and you've got your vegetables, which will cover half your plate, or your vegetables, fruits, plants, all that sort of stuff, your non-starchy carbs. But then your energy source, whatever that is, carbohydrates, fats, okay? Let's say you're having mashed potatoes, or you're having a serving of chips, or you're having a serving of rice. Whatever that is, either halve it or take 2 spoons off. All right, so if you normally set yourself up with, let's say, 3 spoons of mashed potato, take 1 to 2 spoons back off the plate and put it back to where it came from, or just don't serve it up to begin with. Only serve 1 spoon of mashed potato. Or same thing with the rice, serve that little bit less. All right, especially if you're filling up your plate, you can afford to have that little bit less. You're practicing discipline, you're practicing self-control. And by doing that, you might take off, let's say, a couple of spoons, big spoons. Let's say you're taking off 50 calories, but you do that at 3 meals a day. Well, then that's 150 calories a day that you're not having now. And of course, over 2 days, that's 300 calories. Across 6 days, that's 1,200 calories. Now that's a half a day's worth of food, or maybe over half a day's worth of food that you're not having just by putting 1 to 2 spoons back at every single meal. All right, that little bit of control adds up and goes a long way. You're practicing discipline, you're reinforcing your self-control, and you're starting to control your calories as well. All right, and then you can start to work towards some of these goals that I mentioned before: improving your mood, improving your sexual function, improving your concentration and your cognitive capacity at work, working towards some of these bigger goals and breaking them down into smaller steps. Just 2 bites per meal can lead to massive things in the future. Let me know how you go.